Hey folks, welcome back to episode 9 of our Seller Sovereigns Let's Play. I'm Aaron. In our last episode, we had started to expand our empire a little bit more, and we're looking out into the wider galaxy, trying to explore more of the galaxy and understand kind of where the other empires might be in the galaxy. We're also had to deal with another pirate attack on our trade routes, which has been taken care of, and our first and second fleets are back en route to Xanthu. So I think that for the purposes of this episode, we are going to go ahead and continue building up our empire, try to found another colony down here on Koi once we see what our survey team is going to come up with for the second planet here. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a peek at our homeworld, see how that's doing. We have a inaugural ceremony in process because we've reached an industrial milestone of getting to over 50,000 in the industrial sector. That has now boosted us by improving our population growth factor and our approval. So positive approval rate plus a boost to our growth factor means that we will be gaining a lot of citizens the next couple of turns. So let's make sure we are in a place that we can support that. So it looks like that's probably about 20,000 a turn. We should be able to do that, and I think that it's probably in our best interest to go ahead and increase that by an extra turn, just to continue to make up for some of the lower population growth we've had earlier this game. We do need to be careful. I know that I've set these early in the game and haven't really changed them too much. It's good to keep an eye on it because we are starting to get close to our development threshold, and we're definitely going to go over that but before this planet is maxed out, since our pop cap is 18 or 1.8 million. We have a bit more funding, so I think we may also see about let's see here. Yeah, we can afford that. So I think what we may do is go ahead and add our second district. Well, I think we have a habitat, core mine. 50 crystal a turn more would be helpful, but I think the boosted R&D bonus factor is going to be more helpful to us. So let's go ahead and get that moving. Okay, we also have a good number of colonists again. So I think actually what I'm going to do, we shouldn't go into negatives. We're still working on environmental. That'll help us a little bit, not as much though. I think what we'll want to do is create a new colony fleet. I'm going to go ahead. I don't quite have the money yet. So once we get enough money, we'll go ahead and do that, and that way we can use the nearly 2,500 colonists to come down here and establish a new colony for us. Let's see, the third fleet is now at Epsilon, which does have a very nice planet. The bonus here to agricultural output would be really nice, as well as the population. It's also got a good set of resources, but it is a little bit far out comparative, so I think that might extend us a little too far. We'll keep our eyes on that, and maybe as our empire expands, we'll come back to that planet. In the meantime, we're investigating this debris site. That'll help us hopefully and get either some tech boosts, or it will give us some cash, or we'll see what happens. Okay, looks like we just hit a population milestone too, and that seems to have replaced our original inaugural ceremony. Does about the same thing, but I'll boost it again because it'll still be helpful for us. So we're at 16. Yeah, we'll still be fine. Let's check our freighters. Looks like we can use another freighter here just to help overflow that, I think, to the next leg of the trade route. We're going to go ahead and spend the cash to get this next utility module for the AI there. And I think we'll want to go ahead and start looking at adding some modules to the Artemis. Specifically the armor and then the AI eventually. It's still going to be way too much money for us. First fleet is doing good. I don't think we have to update anything here yet. Yeah. Looks like nothing else was found for the planetary survey. So we'll continue. Oh, that's handy. Like we were praised again. They've given us 5 million. That's pushing us a little closer to that trade agreement. That's good. And looks like we got 1.8 million credits from our first stage of looking at this debris here. Okay, that gives us enough credits now that we can go ahead and build that colony arc. And we'll use those to come down here. I think to Koi, that's probably our best bet. We have this planet here, which is nice. Not as nice as that one over that our ships are currently orbiting here. Or is it Epsilon? But it'll still be a good leg in our trade route for us to start building up. And the resources will be helpful. Okay. That will take a few turns. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and bump some more colonists over here. And I'm going to bump another 2,000 over here to Virgo 3. Now that we have this food processing center, we're starting to create a lot more food than we're going to need to survive. And it looks like we're starting to fill in our industrial, and now we're actually getting a little bit here of the, what is that stuff? Carbon laserite. Okay, our first goal is 250,000. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll go ahead. Let's see. Got 2 turns for that, and then we'll send the mining flotilla up here to get that debris. really interested to see what the ship is going to be, if it'll help us in fleet-wise or if it's just going to be a transport. Oh, we've made first contact with another faction. Let's see who they are. Okay, they're fairly technologically advanced. We can tell because they have this auxiliary generator module, as well as the module here that boosts the structural and hull, integrity and the hull integrity. And we can see that their engine speed is a little bit faster there. And it looks like some adjustments to their power drain. So that's kind of cool. Like how this guy, their missile boat is set up. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. Interesting. Okay, so they are slightly different than we are, which is going to put us at a disadvantage with them. Looks like middling. I'm going to go ahead and praise them. I almost always praise when I first meet, or try to like maintain diplomatic relations until I'm ready. So try to push against them, attempting to reduce those to a war state. Okay, no more discoveries at Koi. So let's go ahead and send our quarry flotilla back up here to our trade route to get that wreckage. Okay. Let's see. How long is it going to take us to get that? It's like 3.5 turns. We are getting about 1,000 a turn, so I can probably shift 1,000 here. We're slowly trying to get this colony with enough population that we can actually stop having it drain money from us. I guess I could do that, which will help reduce maybe a little bit. No, it's going to be based on the upkeep, so. Okay. Okay, who's this? Interesting. That seems like a bug. They shouldn't be able to have 2 auxiliary generators. Okay, we're now able to set up a trade agreement if we need to, can with the First League. That might be something worth doing. The star hierarchy. Greetings to the star from the star hierarchy to fellow starfarer civilization, the Federation. Choices to found. We'll do that. They don't seem to have too much fear of us at this point. I don't like that they are sending a fleet over here to Epsilon. because that's going to trigger us to an attack. And I don't think I've got enough time to finish researching this before they decide to do that. It is interesting. Ah, there they are. Yeah, they're also a federal capitalist, so. But we are starting with better. They have a little bit of fear for us. Looks like we might be more evenly balanced there. I am noticing that we have a lot more factions that um, seem to be falling on the federal and capitalist side of things. So it's probably going to be better for us if we shift our own ideology that direction. And we've got enough, I think, points now to do that. So let's see. Actually, let's hold off on that and see if we can submit a trade agreement. Let's offer them. I want to get the trade agreement finalized with them before we change our ideology so that hopefully that will keep our relations intact with them. It cost us a lot of political capital to do that, so it's going to take us a while, I think, to build that back up. Okay. 8. We also have a good bit of income now, so this actually might be a good time to look into some of our research facilities. I wonder the third district. Oh, looks like we can get another research bonus for 2%. Yeah. So this is a little bit of a different one. It doesn't look like it, but this district here, being able to do a research laboratory, gives a flat 2% bonus. And that's going to be a lot better than the signals intelligence or even this observatory. These just boost our overall our R&D bonus, which basically is used to help calculate the total research bonus that we get. Flat 2% will just add to that, so it would be a 5.62, which gives us a lot more benefit overall than these two here combined, pretty much. Okay, we should have enough folks the next turn to be able to do that, and I think the ship will be finished. Okay. So I was able to investigate the Trident, investigate that, and get it taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and send myself over here to Persei. I think it's the next closest area. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid having combat with, who are they? With the star hierarchy. And if we check here, okay, it's going to still be a few turns, so I'm going to go ahead and continue sending some colonists to Virgo. We should have, okay, good, our yeah, our trade routes are now doing better with the cargo ships back in position. So you can see again now we have the 1.5 trade approval going down here to Virgo. And if we come here, you can see trade approval. I wonder if I can do... I've got 12. So when you're doing imports, basically the way that that works is each freighter has a certain amount of space that it can use for transporting things. And you have, basically we have a total shipping capacity of 12,000. And I believe the way that that functions is your trade goods that are being shipped there end up it's hard to think while you're trying to explain things, but basically we need to be able to supply 2,100 trade goods to meet the demand, and anything else, any other capacity that we have can then be used as surplus to be able to transfer resources to the system. So let me go ahead and send the last of them here. Last of our colonists here. Because we have quite a lot of housing now at 88,000, and we've got a population of 40,000. But we need, I think, a bit more of the development on our industrial sector. Okay. Who are you? Interesting. That is a transport. Somebody has a colony there. I think it's these guys. Well, they like us. So we've got 2 that like us and 2 that don't like us. My goodness, they have a good research bonus. They have a border there. Yeah, let's go ahead and praise them. You can see that starting with a ideology that is similar helps with where you start out on the relations bar. Okay. It looks like we have a machine fleet here. I'm not going to deal with that. We can see this is a planet that's now been that's been colonized. Terrace. Okay. I think the next place we'll want to move is Puanis, maybe? That's quite a distance for us. I'm wary of moving in a direction that's going to come back towards this fleet, because I know they're trying to take out my dreadnought, and I really want to avoid that if possible. Let's see. They rejoice to have found us. Yay. They have little tolerance for us. Okay. So I really want to know what that ship is at Epsilon. So I think what I'm going to do is send the first fleet and the second fleet there. It'll take me a few turns, but that should prevent them from I guess where there's the star hierarchy from attempting to engage me around that while I figure out what that ship is. It's going to leave us open for another pirate attack because I don't have really anybody here. Okay, we have our colony arc, and next turn we'll be able to load enough colonists to head down here to Koi and get that colony set up. Cool. I think I'm going to see if I can get another mining mothership. Almost, but I do need some recruitment, so I'm going to go ahead and use some stimulus here to boost my military recruitment so I can get enough personnel for that. And we're going to go ahead and click continue. Okay, so it looks like they're going to catch me regardless. That's going to be fun. Okay. I don't know if this will work. So because this is a major threat here, the machine fleet ships are considered enemies of all empires. And if even enemy empires or empires that aren't allied, or if two empires that aren't at war land here on against a threat fleet like the machine AI, you'll become temporarily allied to be able to fight against that threat. So what I'm going to try to do is get to Persei and probably escape from these guys. I'll have to probably fight a combat where I'm trying to escape from them. But if I get here, I might be able to get the machine fleet to either destroy or heavily damage them, which will let me escape with my ship. We'll see if that works. In the meantime, I'm working on getting the salvage back, and now we have 3,000 military personnel. So I can come in here and I can go ahead and yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get that going. Primarily, I want this fleet not so much for the mining, but so that I can go around and use it to explore anomalies. So I'll just keep this one as a pretty cheap one. We're doing pretty good on our environmental tailoring. That will help us a good bit. And then what do we want next? I think it's probably going to be time to look into either a mining station. Yeah, mining stations are probably best. So we'll look into doing that next. Okay. Let's get this colony going. This is a pretty good output. I'm going to do 600. I'm going to do 6,000 housing. And I'm going to do 1,000 here for... I don't have enough for that, but I'm going to do 1,000 in industry. And we're going to go ahead and send it there. The hope is that that will be enough to support the initial fleet. And the fleet is actually not just the colonists. It's the colonists plus the military personnel on the colony arc. So we have enough housing for that and for the future growth, at least in the near term. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see what happens. Pretty sure we're gonna have to fight a battle with... Oh, good. They're gonna follow me in. They refused our proposal. Seems like there's a little bit of a bug there. That should probably be the name of the empire that refused. Oh well. Their loss. Yeah. Guessing Hebron is their other planet. Okay. So, with that taken care of, let's send the rest of our colonists over here. We're slowly eating into our ecology. If we need to, we can upgrade that. The problem is that it'll reduce the approval rating again, but it will give us another 100,000 food, which will help us. The other option is we can pull more food in from our home world on Xanthu Prime. It looks like we can also pull in some stuff from Virgo. But that is going to leave us vulnerable until we can research and get some trade stations built here. And those trade stations will be very good at blocking any pirate attacks and helping to allow our transports to continue through without getting intercepted. Okay. We'll go until this colony is in place, and we'll episode with once we get that colony founded. And it looks like next turn we're going to be there, which should mean we can get a little bit of combat and get a little help of maybe killing this machine AI fleet, or at least getting our opponents killed instead. Okay. Giving us, oh, that's a good amount. We'll take that. Thank you much. Our population growth is dropping a little more than I would like. I'm not too happy with that. It's probably because our approval is going down. We do have, looks like a decent amount of budget now. Yeah, and that's being fully funded as much as we want. So what I think I'm going to do is drop our tax rate by 1. And that keeps us, it halves our income, but it keeps us in the green. And it should boost our population growth pretty considerably by reducing or increasing the approval rating. You can see here we're now up to a growth of about 3,000 versus the 1,800 we were at before. Okay, let's see what happens. So now we have a fight with the machine AI. We've not really dealt with them, and this ship is really not really well suited for attacking them. However, because these ships are now in a battle against the machine AI, we're now considered allied, so they won't attack me. So I'm going to go ahead and command. And the reason I'm going to do that, and you can see here we are starting right next to our newfound allies due to the threat of the machine fleet. I actually have a pretty cool color scheme. I like that. I wish I could get a color scheme like that going better. Okay, So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. We'll let them fly off and do their thing while we kind of sit back and watch them get wiped out. I'll try to keep up with them just because I think that it'll be interesting to watch what happens. And with the 3 minutes of the match, we should be able to survive without taking any damage ourselves. Have fun, allies. Wow, they pumped everything into engines and just like plowed through. And we have our first contacts. So I'm just gonna sit back over here. Let's watch the carnage. See who wins. Oh, they might actually do something here. Looks like their cruiser is going to be taking some damage here and is going to probably start heading out. Typically when the AI is fighting, they try to present a facing towards the target that that still has armor. So there's a lot of rotating in place to kind of present better facings, but in this case I don't know how much that's going to help them. Okay, first one is down. And they are piecing out. Looks like their their frigate's dead. And time to watch their cruiser die. Okay. Time to get out of here. Oh, shoot. I pressed the wrong button. Looks like I'm going to take a little bit of damage here until I can get out of here. Well, let's bump that up. Pretty sure our allies, our allies retreated. Might as well retreat as well. So it looks like they withdrew the Orpheus. The Mandy's and the Zeus was destroyed, and my ship, the Saracen, is still fine. They did get a little bit of damage in on Sigma here with degraded sublight engines, but it looks like a malfunctioning power grid. That's really going to hurt them. Okay, cool. Well, with them significantly degraded, I'm going to now retreat the Saracen and check out I've got a state fair, which is going to help with our income a good bit. So I'm going to go ahead and boost that as much as I can because those are really good. They don't really increase the, they increase the things that really help grow without like like super boosting your population like some of the other options can, like with the inaugural events. Okay. I'll go ahead and we've got one more turn here, I think, until our ships start to arrive. One more turn until we get our colony, and it looks like one more turn until we get that get Epsilon taken care of. We can start figuring out what that ship is. So let's see here. We've got 3,000 colonists. Let's go ahead and send them over here. That gets us close to an inaugural event. We should, I think, maybe not. Okay, so we are at 65% there. We're almost at 1,000 per turn. That's pretty good. Back up to 30. 15,000, so that's also good. Okay, cool. And 16,000, so we'll go ahead and see if we can afford a trade station. Looks like we can. So I'm going to go ahead and get that built here. That trade station will allow us to now rearrange our trade routes and get everything kind of linked together, which will be helpful for us. So we'll get down to Koi and then we'll go back up to Xantho eventually. Well, looks like we're in good shape now, so I'll go ahead and advance one last time, and a good stopping point for us. We'll pick up here with attempting to build up more of our empire, starting to get more exploration done and get Koi really built up. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.